1968, Chicago was undergoing a year of violence, political struggle, and riots, many of which was a result of a buildup of events, such as the assassinations of both Martin Luther King Jr. and Bobby Kennedy, Lyndon B. Johnson's refusal of another term, and the Vietnam conflict. As disagreements began to increasingly grow in Chicago, especially disagreements on Vietnam, streets began to fill up with protesters. As these streets were starting to flood, Mayor Daley ordered the Chicago police to preserve order. According to the Policeman, none of this would have happened if the protesters just would have listened to them and left in the first place. As of all conflicts, the Democratic Convention of 1968 had two sides to it. For the most part, the policemen were viewed as the bad guys by the media and the general public. Here is what one policeman had to say about the incident. How long were you on the police force prior to the convention?
Prior to the convention?
Yes.
3 years, I think.
Who was in charge when you were deployed on the day of the convention?
Who was in charge?
Yes.
You mean the mayor?
Your leading officer. Like your leading officer.
At that time, it was O.W. Wilson.
Did you want to go to the convention when you were called, or were you reluctant?
Oh, no, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go to the convention. That was all work.
Did you have a partner during that time, or did you fly solo?
I was in a special unit to start with. And we were a unit, a tactical unit, that was a small unit within the police department, and we had our own cars. We generally worked out of uniform, like in unmarked cars, and did special things. So during the riots, during the convention day and the problems, we were the first to go there as a unit. And yes, we had a partner. We had a partner at that time. He was a California guy, as a matter of fact, and Chicago had kind of a scandal, and they brought this guy in to clean it up, more or less, if you would.
Okay.
Anyway, he was in charge as far as I recall.
What were your exact orders that day of the convention?
As I recall, like I said, we were a tactical unit, so we went to go everywhere. Every time there was a problem, we got to go. But the orders were, as I recall, that they had no permit. They had no permit to be in Grant Park, and they were going to clear the park out, and they didn't want to leave, so they sent more troops down there to make sure they left.
When did it get violent?
Well, they didn't want to go, and they were throwing rocks, bottles, pieces, everything at you. And we were moving them out. But a lot of them, most of them were running, and some of them would throw stuff back at you, and you got hit with so much stuff, and it enforced the law a little more.
Okay, at any point, were you concerned or afraid for your own life?
You get a little apprehensive when there's hundreds of people around you, that's for sure. But I don't think I was in fear of my life, even though squad cars that were left got tipped over and burned. Mine didn't, our cars didn't, but a lot of them did. If they got too far from the squad, and if they came in a squad car, then they were much damaged to the police vehicles. But no, I don't think I was in fear of my life.
How involved were you in the incident?
I was doing my job, that's for sure. Everything was in a group. You weren't off by yourself. There was generally quite a few guys with you. You were either holding a line somewhere, wouldn't let them in, or you were forcing them back out. You try to force them out of the park and disperse them, and they didn't care to do that. There's multiple little scrimmages all over the place.
Okay, what actions did you take?
What actions? Sometimes you had to use a little force, that's all. and other than that, nothing bad.
Like,
Nothing.
like what kind of actions?
Well, sometimes you would move the crowd back with the nightstick. You would hold it in front of you sometimes and push forward to make sure people move. You know, but other than that, nothing drastic. I was a pretty good guy.
Okay, little birdie told me that, you said that your arm was hurting.
What are you saying? Oh, no, that's another part of it. No, a little bit. I mean, it was, you know, just doing my job. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
I'm not a very aggressive guy, but
Nice.
I do what I'm wanting to do.
Did you ever think that the police maybe went too far?
No, I don't. I really don't. It's all the people had to do was obey the police order and leave, and there wouldn't have been a problem. But if they don't obey the police to do what they're told to do, then what's the sense of having a police department for the rest of the people?
Good answer. Can you describe the worst day and what exactly you saw?
Worst day. Well, you got to remember, I told you I was in a tactical unit that went all over, and every different riot and stuff, I was there, basically, to the point I get it mixed up. I was talking to another fellow about it, and I almost forget which ones were the cause of what. You know, the riot you're talking about, I assume, is the convention.
Yes.
But there was also, when Martin Luther King got killed, there was also the Black Keystone Nation when I think it was Fred Hampton got shot by the sheriff's police, and most of the blacks were rioting. And I had some very apprehensive moments at that time.